What's going on, guys? Victor here from Dexter Outdoors, and I got a beautiful little crappie right here that I'm going to show you guys how to fillet up in today's fillet demo. Today I'm going to be using a 6-inch Fisherman's Flex, a perfect little knife for things like crappie. It's flexible, it's small, it's got a lot of dexterity, and importantly, it's very sharp. So what we're going to do is, any fish I fillet, always feel around to where the soft part of the head meat ends. I'll start there, I'll go around the head, around the pec fin, down to the belly, okay? Then I like to take the tip of my knife and go from the head all the way down to the tail. And this just outlines your fish. And now what you're gonna do is, you take your knife, you rest it on the fish's spine, and you let that spine take your knife where it wants to go. So you make sure you're not just going through the meat, but you're actually going along with the spine. We get to about the backbone, which is the bone that runs along the center. You can hear it right here. That's that noise. And now we gotta break through the pin bones. So crappie, like a lot of other fish, have pin bones that lie right here above the rib cage. You break through those. Now you gotta break over the rib cage. You don't wanna try to go through this. You wanna go over it. Okay, and just like that, there's your crappie fillet. So we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, and if you take a look at this first fillet, that's where the rib cage should be. That's the meat that rests on top of there. So if you look, that's not meat you're missing on the rib cage. That's just the rib cage itself. You want to make sure to go over it and not through it. So now what I like to do is knife once again into the head, cut into the scales, around the pec fin, down to the belly, tip of our knife, and now we just outline our fish once again, very superficially at first. Then I take my knife, go into our fish along the spine, and work back up towards the head. Okay, so I like to do this process until I get to about the backbone once again. When I get to the backbone, I will break through these pin bones right here, go over that rib cage, down with my knife, over that rib cage, and that's all there is to it. So you get two little fillets off of a crappie like that. And as you guys see, we do a little visual inspection. This is how you can know if you've done a good job filleting. If you can see through those bones right there. And it's always a good idea to take a look at your fish, especially if you've never filleted something before, after, to kind of really get a visual analysis, because every fish's skeletal structure is different. Like crappie, for example, they have very big rib cages. You always make sure you go over that rib cage. I see a lot of people when they're filleting fish, they get stuck right here. They think their knife isn't going in there, or it's not sharp enough, where all you have to do is make sure you go over that. So we're gonna set that aside. So this knife is perfect for skinning a crappie too. It's flexible, it's little. If my fillets were bigger, I would opt for a bigger knife, but this is fine. So we just go from the tail up towards the head and just separate just like that. My knife is at a slight angle, pushing down firmly along the skin. Snow white fillets, very little bloodline. And this is why crappie is regarded as a very good eating fish. Probably one of the best freshwater fish that people like to target and take home for table fare. Only thing you got left to do. The majority of fish have pin bones, which this is the head half of the fillet, run halfway from the head to the tail. You take your knife, go on one side of the pin bones, on the other side of the pin bones, along where the bloodline would be. Go like that. Feed that to the canal friends, and that's all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something from it. I like making them for you. And if you guys want to see more like this, go ahead, comment below what you guys want to see from us next. If you're interested in the knife that I used today, 6-inch Fisherman's Flex. I'll have it linked below. Perfect knife for freshwater fish or smaller game fish. Now, thank you guys once again, and I'll see you in the next one.